All right, everyone. We're back for another episode of the After Further Review show. I'm Pat. That's Marcus. You all know us. And we have an Instagram now. So you can follow us there, Marcus, in post editing. You can put that up, the link or something. I don't know. It is actually let me get the name right. It
After
is
further review show, right?
After Further Review show. Yeah. You'll see our logo there. It's owned by me and Marcus. We're gonna let that. We're posting. We already posted reels on that. You guys are liking that a lot. We appreciate it. We're gonna wait for that to kind of build up a little bit, and then we'll start putting out a lot. I bet we'll post on there pretty consistently.
Absolutely.
We're still trying to get our YouTube channel figured out. That's on me. I said I was going to do that, and then I just didn't do it. So that's me. I'm going to plan on doing that later today. But yeah, so if you see us on YouTube, welcome. If you see us on Spotify, thank you for listening for another week. That's really it for introductions. Marcus, got anything to add?
Yeah, the more you guys follow us on these shows that Pat is running, or on these accounts that Pat is running, the more his phone
You
is
are
going to
running it
buzz.
also.
So please start doing that and like as much as you can so Pat's phone can just buzz in his pocket throughout the day. As much as you can.
It is the most obnoxious. It is the most annoying thing, but it's all right. We're grateful. We're grateful for the support as always.
Welcome to the
I mean,
business.
seriously though, it's just every second, man. It goes off. It's like, all right, that's enough.
I'm telling you though, like something I've noticed as like I've grown is it'll go from like as you're small, it's like, oh, this person like this person, and then it'll become like 500 people. Like it'll stop as we grow. So you can only hope that because you run these accounts that we would grow to the point where it's like, oh, cool, 500 people or whatever. Not buzz, 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 buzz.
Just now, 110 new likes on the reel. Just got the notification.
We love to see it. We love to
Thank
see
you,
it.
everyone. Thank you. No, it's we do appreciate it. Of course, it's cool to see, right? Because you never know. I mean, I think like you can make something, but like it's you only get only as good as people like enjoy it, right? Like you can make things all you want. Yeah, like you can make it for yourself, but like if other
Post production,
I don't
that's
know what
post
just
production.
happened, so I'm sorry if that looked really weird to the people after we just lost. We just lost. I think we're back though. We're back. I think we're good.
Yeah, we're back. What were you
Okay.
saying?
I was just saying, like, I just, like you can make things like reels and stuff like that. And it's like it's important to make them, but it's only as good as how much the people, interact with them, right? Because I think
Yeah.
that's the best thing about this. You get to like interact with everybody through social media. I think that's what's cool about it.
Yeah, it's super rewarding when like, I mean, you and me, we get to constantly just like go back and forth with each other's thoughts on these things, but it's even cooler when you just have a wide array of people with differing perspectives.
You all just feel like it's all just one show at the end of the day, you know? It's just like there's like millions of us just all speaking the same thing.
Speaking many different ways of the same thing. And we got a lot of things to go over today.
All right. You got anything else you want to add? How you doing today? How's your day going?
Day's going good. I was hoping for the sun to finally come out, and it has. I like your little subheading to your NBC Sports Boston.
Or a ball? I was I was saying I think we should start like every time we do this, we just have something under our names that like we don't even address or something until like the very end of the show. And people are just like, why does he have that under there?
So for the future, I'm just never gonna say anything if you have something.
No, just it speaks for itself. No, Patrick Casey, nowhere a ball. Like there it is. I might make that the Instagram bio for the Instagram accounts.
Oh my God. I love that though. All
Just
right,
a
what's the
couple of knowers of
subheading?
ball. I'm putting that under our bio.
There you go. We are knowers of ball. And there's a lot
All
of
right.
ball to talk.
Do you want to start with Lohrei?
We should start with Laura.
All
It's a
right.
huge thing.
Do you want to share the screen? Do you want to open this article? I haven't even opened this yet, so I was gonna wait for my
So
live action on the show.
I'll introduce this subject. It was like I want to say a couple of days back where this Sportsnet writer put out an article of a trade board. It's like his seventh something trade board, but Mason Lohrei was notably listed on this trade board. Now, notably within the article, it said that, there's a year left on Lohrei's deal. Obviously, he only played 3 playoff games. You and I both know the situation with Lohrei. He had a couple benchings under Marco Sturm, and it discussed how the Bruins are shopping him to address another area of need within the roster. Personally, for me, I don't know what that area of roster would be, but I will pose the question of what is Mason Lohrei's trade value and what area of need could he bring back if the Bruins were to trade him?
I mean, I don't know. Well, to start off with his trade value, it can't be like that high, right? Like, like I don't like how could you possibly sell teams on him like after like his kind of up and down career that he's had, you know?
Right. And well, you look at the past season. I'll put up some of the stuff I have. Uh, you know, 7 goals, 19 assists, 26 points. We all know that Lohrei is kind of like the offensive defenseman that the Bruins have. I've always seen him like in terms of what I look at in Mason Lohrei. He was ever since he's been coming up through the ranks. I've always seen him as okay. This is the answer to get supplementary offense on the blue line, and Mason Lohrei certainly I think he brings that. It's just I've kind of been waiting for that to come into a consistency. Everything all right?
Yeah, sorry. I fucking how do I
Don't worry
shut
about
actually
it.
laptop
Notifications.
Stop. It's doing it again.
We'll fix it in post. No, but Lohrei is kind of this
I don't know. I don't know how shut the hell up, man. Hold on.
volume off
No, because I can't hear you.
or ringers off.
I'm just turning on do not disturb.
Do not disturb.
There it is. Shut the hell up. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, bring it all back. When Mason Lohrei was coming up through the ranks, right? Second round pick out of Ohio State, the one thing I consistently remember about him was thinking this guy is going to be that supplementary offense that the blue line needs, right? You trade for Hampus Lindholm, you see that he brings some of that, but coming up through the ranks, the hope always was, and he is bringing it to an extent that Mason Lohrei would be that offensive defenseman that the Bruins can utilize. Now, he's still young in his age. He has a year left on that deal, and he has brought it. I don't think you have seen it as consistently as you would think so far. But I would say, he does when he gets into like when he gets locked in, I'll say it this way. When he's locked in offensively, I mean, he's unstoppable. He's just so elusive on the blue line. I think he carries the puck well through transition, but this kind of caught me by surprise because he kind of fills a need for the Bruins in terms of the positives he brings towards the team. It's just the thing is though,
Do you
um,
think like he does that much?
he does that much.
Like you no, like you think he feels the need like that much? Where like,
I think he can develop into
well,
that
yeah, but
need.
how many times have we been saying that now? Like how many seasons does he get to develop? It's his what is it? His fourth?
So right now he is in his age 25, or he just finished his age 25 season. And if you look at this to explain the graphic for those of you who are watching, this is Mason Lohrei's career trajectory at the NHL level. We remember 2023-24, he came into the fold, uh, had like a short stint, but showed some promise. Then last year, you could call it his career year, but we remember that last year
His
was,
3 seasons?
yeah, 3 seasons so far. Last year, though, for those who remember, yes, he had 33 points and he had a lot of minutes, but he was also the NHL's Masters gold jacket, green jacket winner with like a minus 41. So like that,
Oh, that's right. I was gonna say,
right,
like, what was that horrific stat of his though last year?
right. It was the minus. I want to say it was
Great.
41.
That's a great joke. Masters winner Mason Lohrei, 41
Masters
under.
Masters winner Mason Lohrei last year. This year he obviously wasn't that, but still, if you look at his like per 82 games played, like he just seems to be around that 20 to 30 point offensive defenseman so far. So I don't know about you, Casey. I don't really know what he could bring back in a trade that would help another area of need on the Bruins roster, because what the Bruins need, and we talked about this at length last or first episode, we feel like they need to address the defensive side of the puck,
Yeah,
and
no doubt.
they need some younger defensemen who can develop well. But then again, some might argue, is Mason Lohrei, or could Mason Lohrei be that guy? But as you said, how long until we stop saying he's developing?
Yeah, I mean the only thing he does still have the like that he's young working for him, right? You said he's 25.
Mhm.
Sorry, my legs G. Um, yeah, he still has like being young working for him. I'm just saying, once you get to your fourth season, like I feel like the times like the clock's ticking, and not the clock's ticking per se, but like you got to start making your noise heard, or else like what are we doing here? I also think his offensive game is definitely pretty good. He's just so bad defensively, and it's like is that good enough? Is he good enough offensively to account for that? Right?
Right.
Quinn Hughes is pretty good defensively for his size, but like he's not great. Yet he's an offensive, like you know what I'm saying? He's just an offensive weapon out there, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, Mason Lohrei is not Quinn Hughes, Pat. Obviously, I got that. I'm just saying we want him to be something like that, right? That was his kind of his strength. Was he was supposed to be a good guy in the offensive zone? And he had, like you said, he definitely goes through stretches where he's feeling it. But then there's some stretches out there where he's just a mess, and it's like, oh my god, dude. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm with you. Where like I don't know what you could get for him. I'm sure you could get something. I don't know if it'd be a lot, but like you might just be worth keeping him because I don't know if you're really even gonna like if you moved him, you wouldn't improve it that much, right? So how much? So why not just keep him and see? Because he's got that 1 year left on his bridge deal, right?
Yes.
Inside. So I'm not a big like, oh, you got to get something from Mason Lohrei if you don't sign him in free agency. So I feel like maybe he gets one more year to really show it, but he's got to be better defensively. And if that takes his offensive paralysis back like a little bit, then so be it. But you're a defenseman first, dude, right? You got to be able to, especially if that has his size too. What is he? Freaking 6.
He's tall. He's
Yeah,
a
so
tall
you
guy.
got to be
I
able,
don't know.
you got to be able to get pucks out of your own zone at that height. I think.
Yeah. At the top of my head, like I don't know his height, but you do make a good point about the defense. Like there are some spurts where he'll just like in his own zone, he'll make mistakes. He doesn't seem like level-headed at times in certain situations down low. It gets frustrating to watch, and it only makes you think, when they gave him this bridge year deal, it's like, can you prove yourself to not only be level-headed in those situations defensively, but also can you continue to grow yourself offensively? Now, I think the offensive side of things, I don't think there's too much to worry about, but from a mental standpoint, it's like, can you steady yourself defensively? And I think that's a huge question mark heading in. I don't think he can, or in terms of a trade, like we've been saying, I don't know what he's going to get back, but or what you're going to get back then again, but think about what you would be losing if you were to deal Mason Lohrei away. And that's in my opinion, a decent chunk of your offense. Like that's a decent chunk of your offense from the blue line that you could use to your advantage. Because I still think there's upside.
That's a good point. I do too because I think he's still young, and I think defensemen tend to take longer to develop than forwards do, just naturally.
Right.
Um, but I think he just kills you sometimes, and I don't know. Like he needs to be better in his own end. And if he does, like right, then he's a great second line, I think, defenseman for you. Maybe first if you want to get creative with it. But that's your solid second pair core guy that you can build around if he can get it done defensively.
Right. Part of I think where the Bruins need to build with this trajectory is like, giving these draft picks that they've had like decent time to just grow into their roles and understand like where they are. Maybe Mason Lohrei doesn't figure it out defensively, but maybe you have a guy who can help supplement that defensively. You see how like that's kind of how a pair works, right? You maybe have like a defensive guy that can just make up for his mistakes, and then you just have like him as the offensive guy who can grab the puck and take over. Maybe that's a solution there. I don't know. I just think I just don't know why you would deal him when, there's still youth there, and I just don't think it's
Well, but the
something
other thing
where.
though is if the coach is not going to play him, then what is he doing here, right? If he's going to keep getting scratched and like I don't like right, then why would you have him? So like that's the other
Right.
thing they have to ask themselves as an
Mm.
organization.
The only thing I could see though, thinking about like trade value back, is if you were to, what the return would be when I asked this, you package it for a big name like second pair right defenseman. That's it. Like if you did that, I know we've already discussed it last episode, but it's like if you packaged him as someone where it's like the Bruins say, okay, we're trying to drive towards a cup contending window. We don't know if you're in our future plans. You put him in a package, then you send him for like a big name guy, sure. And then let him develop elsewhere. But if you can't do that, I don't really see what other area of the roster you would need to address.
Yeah, I just think they got to go. They got to do. I almost want them to like overdo it on the back end this offseason, like address like too many needs, and like that makes sense. Like go overboard with like the defenseman you're putting in to like your system, if that makes sense.
What, just add a bunch of guys who would fill the need.
Like in football, like they always say like you should always draft like a QB every year in every draft, just so you always have QBs just coming through the pipeline. That they need to start doing that with the blue line.
Well, I mean, obviously considering where we look at their like defensive core, they kind of have to.
Yeah.
They kind of have to go for defense. I was surprised that they didn't exactly go right shot defenseman last draft, but
I mean,
they
are you
have
saying
been
like at all?
drafting. What?
You saying like at all?
I don't I want to say the defenseman that they drafted, I think it was Pedersen and Blanar last year. They were both left shot. Like they got a lot of lefties.
That's
And
good. That's
Lohrei
good.
as a lefty played right hand. I know some players like can't or can play either side of the puck, but um, you
I'm
know,
never a big fan of that, man.
no.
Just play your side, dude. Just
Well,
draft right and lefty.
well, Lohrei, when he was on the
No, but
right
it's just
side,
annoying for the player to like have to constantly be on the offhand.
what? Because like if the puck comes along the boards, it's like you have to.
I always hated it when I played. I'm just like I'm not an NHL player, but like I always like you can play any like obviously like NHL players be like, oh, I'll play anywhere. It's just annoying, like picking pucks off the boards. You have to do everything like the opposite. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just frustrating sometimes because it's like you got to take one more second to like think about it. Whereas if I just caught a puck on my right hand, I just know where it's going every single time, and I can just start skating with it.
So this is what, based on the Athletics like net rating system, and there's a lot of ways we could evaluate the Bruins roster, but this is what they have based on like the net rating of what the Bruins need. So they're, according to their Stanley Cup checklist, like they have a franchise forward, they have a franchise defenseman, they have the star goalie. Like we all know Pastrnak, McAvoy, and Swayman.
The big three, as we've all
The
said.
big three. The support core, right, seems a bit dry in the sense
See, but
that.
this is the problem. Sorry, the Bruins have a
Go
lot of
ahead.
like what ifs at the like question marks at these things. Like star forward, like is that not Morgan Geeky, the guy that scores 40 goals a year?
Well, star forward as in like, I think star forward would tie into like, you know, what's a good way to put a star forward? Would you consider Morgan Geeky a
Exactly.
star
Like
forward?
that's what it's so hard to like determine what that is.
Right. And I think within this window, you'll find that a lot of these, like a lot of the players that they currently have, like you said, like they're contract wise, they're on shorter term deals. They're in like a short term window.
Like I know we'll get to him, but like could Hagens be a star forward at the end of this year?
Do you think he could be a star forward?
I'm not answering that question yet. And then I'm going to Fraser Minton. What about him?
What about him as a star forward?
Yeah.
I mean, so far
He's gonna be your first line center next year. He better be your star forward.
well. The way I've seen it is, I mean, this logs him as a defensive forward. Fraser Minton kind of presented himself as like
Why the hell
we
is that
talk.
ridiculous?
What's ridiculous?
Me. I look. Nope. We're good. Go ahead.
I think Fraser Minton presented himself as like both sides, right? Like he showed himself in that January stretch as like,
Mhm.
wow, this guy can really score. But even when he wasn't scoring, he still like showed himself as like, oh, I can be the first guy back on the forward line. I can be the guy who's like a good defensive presence. Like he,
See, I want to talk to the guy who made this like who made these, like who, not you, the guy who made the
yeah,
graphic, the guy who like calculates this stuff. Because, yeah, to me, that's a star forward, a guy who can play offense and defense.
right. Not a star forward as like a scorer.
I mean, I don't know. Star forwards mean like a very good hockey player. Like, is that not what, like, what, you know what I'm saying? Bergeron was a star forward. He put up 100 points in his prime.
I wonder if this model would it wouldn't put it in the depth core, but if it would dictate Patrice Bergeron as like the speaking of which he just got nominated to the IIHF World Hall of Fame.
I did see
But
that. Congrats, Patrice.
congrats, Patrice. But also I wonder if this model, and mind you, this is a model, right?
Yeah, well, models they always tell the truth no matter what. That's what we know
You're
here on the show.
you're a big fan of models.
That's what you're doing.
Um, I wonder if this model would say, is Patrice Bergeron a defensive forward, or would it dictate him as like the star forward? Like if you're talking the Bruins in their prime, like
Would Martian be called a star forward?
I
I
mean,
mean,
to in his prime, yes. In his prime, absolutely, he's a star forward. Like that's an 100-point left winger, like the at the best of the prime. But
yeah,
I I digress. I digress. This roster, like you said, does have a lot of what ifs in
yeah,
terms of like who, like what these players could grow into, what they could be. Um, and I think like yeah, you just kind of have to it kind of demonstrates to you what they need, how they need to address next season as like another building block season, if you will.
yeah.
At least I would say. And one of those,
Pull that back up, that graphic.
can I pull it up? Sure.
Yeah,
Uh, I was gonna say one of the, oh wow, add to stage. What else are you seeing?
I'm just taking a look at it.
I was gonna say one of the
So like their
other
scoring forward is Morgan Geeky.
the scoring forward,
I
yes.
guess, yeah. But see, the thing
Uh,
about the offense is you can kind of put David Pastrnak down for everything.
I was gonna say offensive forward real quick. Depth core offensive forward as Elias Lindholm is a little like really.
Like, I'd almost rather Casey Middlestat be there.
I was gonna say or like Arvidsson, but then again, Arvidsson's not signed, so you can't really dictate him as that. So
Your offensive, I mean, yeah, I guess you're scoring. That's the problem is they have like four guys that can like that are good.
so there are definitely a few what ifs in terms of how the roster moves like looking forward. In the article though, and I want to use this as sort of a jumping point, it discussed about the star forward need as in like can James Hagens develop into that? And I kind of wanted to transition as like
Yeah,
you and I have certainly been keeping up with the IIHF worlds and like seeing Hagen scored like one assist. It was also his. I'll say this: Hagen scored like one assist in 7 games. I want to say 8 games, but yeah, there's a lot of discussion around James Hagens. I just wanted to pass it to you, Pat. Give me your sort of thoughts on his 2025-26 as a whole.
okay, listen, I'm going to say a lot of things in a second, audience, and I only ask you to just work with me until the very end. Okay. Do not get mad yet. Do not start commenting at this part of the podcast. Be like, this kid's an idiot. I didn't watch a lick of the Worlds this year. Oh my God. What are you asking me, bro? Sorry. Okay. I didn't watch a second of the Worlds this year. One's because I just forgot I forgot when they were playing. And two, they were out at like 10 a.m. every day. So like I wasn't even, I was doing other things. Are you muted, by the way? I don't know if I can hear you.
No, you can.
Okay, thank God. Man, with that being said, much of those here before we get angry.
He's preparing himself.
I don't care that he was on the fourth line. You have to put more than a point, dude. Like, come on. Is because this is the whole thing. We talked about this for months. Is he ready to go at the NHL and the higher levels of hockey? And everybody you spoke to, everyone said yes. Yet he has like 2 points in like how many games now up here?
2 points in here. I'll pull it up. I have the thing. This is his 2025-26. So 34 games with Boston College. Then he goes, or in between that, he plays at the World Juniors, tears it up, 7 points, 5 games. US gets eliminated, but he was one of the best 3 players on the team.
You know what?
Then he goes back to BC, hockey semis. Then he signs his ATO with Providence, 4 points in 6 games. Then he goes to the Bruins, and the 5 games, by the way, counts as 2 playoff games as well. So I think he played, or
Yeah,
no, he
am I
played
like
3.
crazy? Why? What do you mean he played 1 game at Worlds?
No, I said he had 1 point at Worlds.
Oh my God,
You're right. You're right. So
I'm
Providence,
looking
he
at
plays.
me as in games played for some reason. I'm like, what the hell? What?
You're good. You're good. So he plays a few games with the Bruins, regular season, playoffs combined. Um, Eventually gets benched, but he then goes off to Worlds, where I wouldn't say unexpectedly, but kind of a little underwhelming that you only get 1 assist.
I understand.
So
You have to play. You have to play with better people, and he's on the fourth line. Okay, I do get that. I'm not. I'm giving him the break. The kid's my age. I think he's younger than me. Okay, and the kid's. I'm not yelling at him at all. I just need to see it, buddy. Like, come on now. I need to see that my 7th overall pick can put pucks in the net at the world championship. I mean, come on now.
I will.
Freaking Boston College plays better competition than the world championships.
I will say this about what it says to me. Now, that's what I want to say is this is a 19-year-old who's playing with 5 different teams across a single season, going back and forth. It's been a whirlwind of a year since the June draft year. Like since he got drafted in June, it's just been a whirlwind. He played hockey from October all the way till May. So I think there's a lot of growing pains with understanding, like, yes, he didn't play professional hockey as much this year as like an actual pro, but it helped him acclimate to the pro game in a lot of ways, I would say, because when you look at that, a pro usually plays or starts like training camp in September, right? BC probably starts it the same way. When you're playing hockey games, like competitive hockey games from October to May, and especially going between that many teams, I can understand how in the latter half of the year, especially as he's acclimating to all these new different play styles, systems,
I
why
Yeah,
the points are lacking.
but he's not really supposed to be like acclimating to the world championship team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just supposed to go out there and play, dude.
I see to that, but what I will say is I'm not exactly worried given his age, given where he's at, and given, all the movement he's had to do over the past year. I also want to point out that along with all the experience that he's been gaining, you're looking at what was I gonna say? I'm flushing my words here. I'm not exactly as worried as some people are
I'm
with,
not
oh,
worried at all. I just think you're asking me what my thoughts are, and I'm like, he has to be better than that
right.
because they need
I
him to be. That's what I'm saying. They need him to be good this season, or else they're going to be probably screwed offensively again.
Right. Would it have been great if he was like, scoring some sick highlight reel goals and, maybe being at a point per game in any of these stints? Sure. It would have been cool. But I'm not exactly going to harp on him for that either, because a lot of what I saw with James Hagens is I remember from his draft, like how people saw him at the draft when they do like the overview of him. A lot of people use the word cerebral, like he thinks a lot. And when I watch him on the ice, a lot of what I see is like he's trying to ensure that he's in the right position, right? Especially when he plays at center.
This dinosaur of an organization that they call themselves, the Boston Bruins. Have you heard of them? Where they're like, they'd rather the kid, stuff it down defensively instead of having him play hockey.
Well, even before he was wearing the spoked B, you could see it when he played at BC and even everywhere. Like, he is responsible. I feel like he does like account for where he is on the defensive side of the puck. He's not just cherry picking, waiting for like one of his teammates to pass it out. Like, he understands that side of the game. And I think that's huge for someone at his age to understand.
I'm just thinking, like, why do we do that with him? Like, I understand we want to be better, but like, do you think the Flyers really cared how Porter Martone's defensive game was, or do you think they cared about him putting the puck in the net?
I mean, I wouldn't know, but he for certain has been able to put the puck in the net much faster than James Hagens has, for sure. But
now, listen, that was my first thing. Okay, we got the bad stuff out of the way. What I loved about him, like you said, is the guy has been playing basically every single level of hockey you can play in like a 4-month span. And his games at the NHL level that he did play in, we all said the same thing, and I said it too, because I don't look at just the stats. Unlike my friend Marcus here, I watch these guys actually play every night. Marcus just looks at the box score, and that's okay. There's plenty of people that do that, but I do watch him on the ice, and when he's on the ice, he's so fluid, dude. I mean, like, he's so like good with the puck on his stick, and he's a little smaller, which I understand. I didn't understand how like smaller as in like not like weight. I don't care, but like he's not a big like kid, like in terms of like height. Like he looks it on the ice. Like I feel like you see him in the corner, like he's usually like a lot smaller than the defenseman that he's going against. Like just from an eye standpoint thing. But it doesn't matter because he's so much faster than all these clowns that he goes up against that he can just get the puck away from them. So his little plays with the puck that he can make on his stick is why you draft a guy 7th, because they don't have it. Pasternak, I don't even think can do that much. Like the guy, like I'm saying, like, like he can put like Hagens could put passes underneath underneath defenders' sticks, like through their skates, like all that stuff. Where like you don't really see it if you blink, but all of a sudden, right, they're on a 3-on-2 because Hagens made a pass out of the zone. That was ridiculous.
Right. I also want to add to that, like the details of his game are great, but also for his size, and this has just been throughout this past year watching him, his puck protection and his willingness to go into those puck battles and to fight along the boards.
I don't know. We watched a little bit of it at BC. I'm hoping that is just what came with his game. Like I hope the Bruins aren't like in his head about that, because that would piss me off.
Well, I think even if they are or aren't in his head about it, regardless of our perception of how the organization does things, I think it's beneficial that there's a symbiotic understanding between both Hagens and the organization. Like he understands, like this is what I have to do. Like going back to when he signed his ATO, like we were all up in arms about just sign him to the entry level contract, just give him that year, like just let him play in the NHL. But even when they weren't giving him, the meaty part of the stick, he was still like, yeah, I know I have to fight for my keep. I have to work my way up.
What did you want him to say, Marcus? You want to be like that? Do you want him to say, yeah, I think I should be playing first line minutes at the NHL right now? Like,
well, I think it says something that he is vocal.
Well, it says he has a brain on him and he knows how to handle media. That's what it says.
I think it says he has a brain on him and he understands how to fight up the food chain. Now we all wish he was in a spoked B and wasn't in a spoked B whatsoever. But the fact that he has such a professional mind to him, I think just speaks to the levels of why we took him at 7th overall. And I think it'll only help him as he grows. Now, as for next season, I only hope that he can start like actually producing.
I mean, yeah, this is the big thing, right? Like a lot of what I just said, I mean it, but like it's a kind of a joke. Like I'm not, I don't really, at the end of that, I don't really care how he does at the World Championship. I care how he does it when he wears a Bruins jersey. This is the offseason, right? This is the big one. He got his feet wet last year. You get the whole summer. Maybe you can put a little weight on, whatever. Do you. Enjoy your summer though, like we all do. You come back, you ready. He should make the team out of camp, and if he doesn't, that's kind of I don't know. I would have loved to
Oh,
see.
he definitely will make the team out of camp. I definitely think like he's definitely a lock to make the camp. I think or make it out of camp. He should crack the roster.
Is he? You think he's a lock? I don't know if I'm there yet, but
Or I'll say like I
I can
think
just see
if
Sturm and them doing like, oh, we're gonna start in Providence, and this is gonna be good for him, and all that crap that they're gonna try to sell to us.
I'm going to omit that from my mind, that possibility. And I'm gonna say like I think I think he's shown.
We're getting the breaking news. James Hagens been sent down to Providence, and Sturm's going to the podium and giving the whole spiel about like, oh, it's gonna be good for him. He's got to learn the ropes a little bit more. It's like, dude, shut up.
I'm going to omit that from my mind. I'm going to omit that from my mind. But heading into next season, I think the question rather should be, do you think that for the sake of his benefit and the Bruins' benefit, would you rather see him start out at center on the Bruins, or would you rather see him play wing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because here's
really dangerous on a wing, but I know he played center. Like he plays center. But like I feel like his skill level is a wing.
so I think given what you have at your center position, it wouldn't be the worst idea to start him on the wing if you want to see like the scoring touch happen.
Yeah,
But
but
I
then we're
think
also at this other thing where like we've talked about it. Like they need to get away from this thing of like, well, we have 15 centers. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like you got to get like guys that can develop into their own positions.
right. I'll say as well to this that if you put him on the wing and you develop him out of position, what does that do for him? Like, yeah, he becomes a scorer, but I personally think that if you played him at center, that benefits him overall because I mean, watching him play throughout this year, the fact that he already understands that side of the game and he understands like the responsibility of what it is to be a center, that'll only help him grow further. And I think that he'll become much more of a threat for the Bruins. Like if you should ideally want him in your top six, if
Well,
not
that's what I'm
top
saying,
nine.
right? So like I'm just thinking about it right now. Is he going to center the fourth line next year?
He shouldn't
No.
be on the fourth line.
So it's going to be Minton, Zaka, and Lindholm are your three. You know what I'm saying? Are your three centers. So like, where is he going to play center at?
Well, if it's not the odd man out of that would be Pavel Zacha.
No, he plays too well at center. You can't take him off center in good faith.
Well,
He just had the year of his life at center.
I mean, you have the year of your life at center between two guys, but what's the case if
Hey, but Arvidsson, if we're comparing Hagens and Arvidsson are the same thing.
No, I know, but what's the case if the team is not the same and you don't have that second line? All I'm saying is this. I think in a year where you want to continue to grow and you have a younger roster that's still trying to find itself, one of those players that you need to help find themselves and find their game is James Hagens. Like that's the integral piece. And if you want him to eventually fill that slot on this athletic graphic that says star forward, I think you got to put him in a top six position where it's like,
Yeah, I think so too.
oh, play him. It's like you said in January, put him with Kiki and Pasternak, or in my opinion, put him with Zaka and Pasternak.
Yeah, that's the line I would do because we know that Geeky and Pasternak are just such liabilities together defensively. So I guess that line just doesn't work out anymore. I would consider Zaka, Pasternak, and Hagens. They can't do the kid line again, unfortunately, because that didn't really work out.
I wish they could do the cup line.
You just had a bunch of little rascals running around when you win playoff series, but too bad they can't defend as we learned.
Right. But in a hypothetical, I agree in the sense of keep the cub line like away from each other so they can have veterans that can help them out. We saw it with Fraser Minton.
And Minton's like I'm not like Minton doesn't deserve to be the babysitter.
No.
Right. Like he Minton matured past that this year, I think. Where like
right.
Now it's time. Now let's give this kid a couple players next to him, huh?
Well, what helped I'll add this to the point of why I want to see Hagens between like some skilled players is look at who they put Minton beside throughout the year. They had him with like Tanner Jeannot and Mark Kastelik. You had him with stints of like Mikey Asimon. Like those aren't game-breaking, like skilled wingers, but they're veterans. They know the
That's what I'm
game.
saying, though. I'm saying he deserves to not have that this year. He deserves to get some guys next to him that can help him out.
Absolutely.
Because I feel
So
didn't you feel like he did like everything like for his lines?
I feel like it was more of a collaborative
Mikey
effort.
Eastmont did nothing last year. I'm sorry.
I feel like the lines he was on just meshed so well together because they all just played responsible.
Him though, but he runs it. That's why I'm saying like I think it's time he runs it with actual hockey players.
Right. So if you're talking about like which young players are definitely going to be like the best bids for top 6 roles, I mean, it's either Hagens or Minton, but definitely
Well,
on
I'm just
the
saying Hagens is like Hagen like Minton. Hagens is going through what Minton went through last year, right? So like I just think Minton's a year ahead in his thing.
right. I just think for Hagens, right? Like you can expect X amount of points out of a player, but I just hope the Bruins don't get too jittery with him where it's like they just try and move him around too much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm with you on that for
Kind
sure.
of do what you did with Frazier. Slot him in like because everyone and their mother had Frazier slotted into that third line C. And he played on that
Yeah, you put
throughout the
him in the
year.
spot and you leave him there for a good while.
So personally I'd like to see it at center, but if it's on the wing, keep like don't try and do anything. Like don't try and like mix anything up or do anything unless like you think he can be like a guy who can understand different roles and everything, like a Murat Husadinov. He's not that. What I'm saying is like just keep him the one spot, find a guy who he can like work well with, ideally David Pastrnak, and just let them let them connect for some sick goals.
That is the problem too. It's like we got to stop. I know it's hard not to when he puts up 112 points every year. Like we gotta stop acting like Pasternak's the savior to this offense though. Like you know what I'm saying? Not like that. Like we have to stop it. Like we have to stop acting like he's just gonna fix everybody's offensive slump whenever you put him next to him because he did it with Geeky once.
Well, I wouldn't say fix. He's just going to help James Hagens
Yeah, but don't you
grow.
think there's people that think like, oh, when Lindholm's going through a drought, oh, put him down with Pasternak. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like guys,
I have an Elias Lindholm
Pasternak cannot do everything out there.
I have an Elias Lindholm conversation that I'd like to push down the road in terms of where his role is on this team if the Bruins do keep him, which he probably will. But if you're speaking on if you're speaking on who has better offensive upside and someone who can, you know, help that first line score, you put Minton or you put Hagens there with Pastrnak.
I think Minton's a no-brainer. He's your first line center next year.
Mm. So Hagens rounds out the top 6.
Yeah, you put him, you find a spot for him. I mean, I
All
think
right.
Zach is a great. I like Zach down the middle because I think he's that veteran presence you talked about, and he's good, so he can help. He can help his wings out with that.
I think we can both agree that if you were to do you prefer Zaka at center, right? I would want to see Hagens at center. Maybe best case scenario is if you have Hagens play with Zaka and then have that Pastrnak to the right. It's those two can interchange or be interchangeable
So
from
like,
like wing to center.
if I was just like breaking down the top six, would it be like just like projectile right now?
Hmm.
Pasternak, Minton, Hustadinov, Geeky, Zaka, Higgins.
We'll see how it works when training camp goes into the fold, but I mean, hey, hindsight's 2020.
and Middlestat, Lindholm, and whoever they decide is going to play the third line right wing this year.
We'll see how it fizzles out. I do think a lot of it banks on what they do in free agency or how they approach like July 1. But
Coming up,
yeah,
man,
that's yeah,
1 month from now.
crazy, right?
And
We're
by
gonna
the way,
need a
June 1st, is AJ Brown a Patriot yet? I don't even know.
my phone's on do not disturb, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
we're
Nothing yet,
still,
right?
still waiting for that news to drop. as
Yeah. I don't know
um,
if you saw, but there was almost like news that, or what was it? Someone who was portraying themselves as a Leafs reporter said David Carl's supposed to be the Toronto coach.
yeah, someone. Yeah,
Announcement
I
to
was like,
come
guys,
tomorrow.
you guys are such idiots. Okay, if you think he's ever leaving Denver, ever,
Yeah, he's gonna be the Nick Saban of college hockey. Like, there's no way he's ever gonna leave for the NHL. At least I don't think.
I
There's
can
no
see
reason
him
for him
like
to.
going like I can see him. I don't know. I can
I
see
don't
him
see him going
moving
anywhere.
ladder. Like you couldn't see him at like going to like a Michigan or something, like one of the premier like college programs in the world.
Well, Denver is
I
that.
understand that, but he made it, right? It's like an Ole Miss LSU thing.
No, but Denver already had like the most, if I'm not mistaken, they already had like the most national championships of any college
That's true.
program. They have 10. Carl added like
Well,
two
yeah, because
since he's
Michigan's
come
in
in.
their drought though, aren't they? 'Cause of like 15 years. Like isn't Michigan at like 8?
Yeah, Michigan in my upbringing is the team that just makes the Frozen Four and then chokes it in the Frozen Four. Like, they just don't,
Who
they
won it
they
last?
can
Who
never
won
get
it,
through.
by the way?
Last year,
Yeah. Was it?
Denver.
It was. I was gonna say it
It
was Denver
was
again, right? Yeah.
Denver over Wisconsin.
I think
But
I had Denver over Michigan in the final. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wait, is that true? Because did they play each other?
the bracket's not, the bracket is kind of blurry in the top
I
of
had
my
Denver
head.
over somebody, I believe.
Hmm. Well, hey, never bet against Denver's
I
winning.
had Denver over Merrimack, actually. That's right. I forgot about
There you
that.
go. Oh yeah, because you did pick Merrimack. You did pick Merrimack. Um,
I made two brackets. I picked Merrimack in one, and then I picked Denver over Merrimack in the other. That's
it's a great choice.
stupidest thing I ever did in my life.
It's a great choice. Always root for the school. Um, but yeah, speaking of the Denver Merrimack college hockey stuff, I wanted to discuss this because I found it pretty cool that somebody actually went through and did this. But if you want to transition, I don't know if you have anything else on Hagens.
No. Good luck to you,
All right.
James.
Good luck to you, James. We love you, buddy. So this website called Wallet Hub, I've never heard of this website before, but they're like a financial website. They did like this whole thing on Hockey City rankings, and they had like 21 different like things, like ticket prices, how much the teams win, but they ranked hockey cities in the United States based on NHL
The
rank,
United
NCAA.
States, okay. It's not Canada.
It's not Canada.
Did
So
you want to
Toronto's,
make your like own lists?
did I?
Yeah.
I never really thought of it, but I
I just
wasn't
thought
gonna
I just
change.
thought about that list now. Like I was thinking like we should make like a top 5 list and then we compare our notes.
We could do it for next episode.
Yeah, we'll do that for next episode.
But this is what it came out to. There were 75 different cities that they ranked. And I don't know if this is the first time you're looking at it right now, but Boston's one. They were ranked one
Yeah.
because, and it included, and this was like a big debate when I posted about it. They included, in terms of the city, the Bruins, and then they just took Northeastern, Boston College, and BU as like, oh, here are the college hockey cities that round out. And I had a few question marks of where's Harvard. If you look in, I want to say the third column, Cambridge is in there at 52 because Cambridge is its own
They're
set.
separating like
They're separating based on that.
okay.
So I don't know how, but
I'm
Easton,
just
Massachusetts,
what is Nashville doing at 24?
Nashville, hey, they show out. They show out.
Yeah, but there's one team. Like, of course they do. They have nothing else to
I
do down there.
I go back to 2017. That place was rocking. I
That
remember
was
on
the
the
joke. That was the
broadcasting team.
joke, by the way, for the people that just lost their mind. Of course, there's stuff to do in Nashville. I love that city. I'm just saying, like, they only have the Predators to root for. I mean, the Titans stink, and they're on. Oh, they only play on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
So I found it funny how there are a few like smaller like Massachusetts towns. Like, I don't know why Easton, Massachusetts is like last because I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know what college is near Easton. But
Is
if
your
you look,
is your home on this or no?
no, it is not. I will say that North Andover is because of Merrimack.
That's crazy. What?
Look at North Andover, 67th.
North Andover's a city?
North Andover, 67th on the third column.
Nice. There it is. Look at us.
There it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's some interesting ones. Like Orono, Maine is 26th. Like if you look at that, Seattle's ranked
That's a good
over.
pick, actually. That's a good take, Orono.
Yeah, because
Again,
of the
I guess
college hockey.
that's a city, I guess, but like it's just Maine. It's just Maine is Orono. Like that's the city.
Yeah, the entirety of it. I just think it's very interesting how like some of these towns are ranked based on like NCAA versus like NHL and which one's major. Like a lot of these in the first column, if you look, most of these are just the NHL cities. Like Sunrise is fifth.
Well, again,
Sunrise,
we get lucky because we have a whole college division like in our state. So like it's kind of like that's like kind of like unique to us that we're the only ones that have that.
yeah,
Plus, like I know there's outside like New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island, but like you know what I'm saying? Like it's unusual to have like a state that just has. New York's massive, but they're in a lot of different conferences. Like we have one conference dedicated to New England hockey teams.
exactly. In the proximity, like I've discussed this so much about like the hockey East. Like it is so like you said unique to the region that we just have like this like I've heard so much people praise like the college hockey culture in like Minnesota and Michigan and everything, but like the proximity really does play to a part in the region when you consider all the teams and how close they are to each other, even if you're talking about the greater Boston area like Lowell and Merrimack. And but even if you go out of state, like New Hampshire and Yukon and everything's within like 3 hours of each other.
Yeah, I mean Vermont's a little out of the way in Orono, but
Yeah,
that's those are two kind of extreme examples.
right. And when you think about it, I've always wondered why other college hockey conferences don't do their championship the at like a NHL venue or like
Well,
a neutral site.
Minnesota does their high school, right? But
The high school hockey tournament is in St. Paul, or I mean, yeah, it's at the Wild Arena. I know that. So, but I always found it funny how like we've discussed this before, but like let's go back to like the Merrimack Hockey's Championship. Like for us, we're both
shout out the
Merrimack.
boys in yellow.
Shout
We're
out
coming back, man. We're coming back. Take two next year.
shout out to Merrimack. But for like it's just interesting to me that like other college hockey conferences don't do the neutral site thing of like, oh, the championship's gonna be at this venue or this NHL rank. Like for us, as Merrimack now alum, we look at this and we're like, oh my God, Merrimack's going to the Garden. Like you remember that run, and it was just I remember like the hype that goes into it for a smaller school. Like it means that much more when you're there and you see like the banner hanging from
I've
like the
actually yet
rack.
to see it. I've yet to see it like
The
again.
Merrimack banner?
Yeah, I have to go before the Hockey East Championship is over next year.
Right. But I have to say, like, that's just kind of, and obviously Boston was ranked as like its own subsection compared to the rest of the Massachusetts like towns. But I think like the hockey culture over here, like it just speaks to.
We are different. Like for the people that might be, I know there's a lot of us Bruins fans, but in the off chance there's some, just hockey fans from the Midwest and Minnesota and Michigan, freaking parents just walking right by yapping.
But you were saying,
That distracted me for a second. Yeah, no, it's like it is different because I was saying, like Michigan, right? They get like Michigan and like Western Michigan, like Michigan State, but like those are big, massive like schools. And are they all in the same conference though? Are they all in the Big Ten?
they're not all in the Big Ten.
That's so weird to me. I
Yeah,
understand you want three teams with the word Michigan in them in your conference to like, so you probably want some diversity there. But like it's cool with us because it feels like we have to like everybody's their own team, like obviously, but like I'm never gonna root for the BU Tigers, for example, right?
Right.
Like, no
Like,
offense, I didn't pick that.
no,
I picked that. I swear to God, I just picked that because that was the first thing that came to my head.
no, you're right. And that's just kind of what creates to the buzz of the city itself. And obviously it's what helps with it
I
being
could be
number one.
completely wrong, but I wonder if Michigan wasn't in it, would Michigan fans root for Western Michigan if they were playing?
That's I wouldn't know, but we'd love to hear it if anyone from Michigan wants to say it. I agree with you to that
As I
point.
say that though, I did root for UMass Amherst when they were in it in 2019 because that'd be cool to see a state team from Mass win it.
So
But
so
that's
to
it.
your point, this is how I used to do it growing up. Okay. My dad was a Maine guy. Okay. I grew up knowing this. Okay. Hockey East was Hockey East, whatever. But if it was the national tournament, any team from our region, we rooted for. We rooted for. Whether that was Boston College or UMass Lowell, like if it was a local team, it was like yeah, it was like yeah, they're the team we're rooting for.
You still do
Like
it now though? I just feel like that's weird. I don't know.
if I mean I can't help it.
It
Like
just,
I'd
it
rather
depends. I don't know. Maybe I would. It just it all depends on
well, because in college hockey, the NCHC is like they dominate. Like the Big Ten, they kind of like dominate the nationals
yeah,
tournament. Like
because
you don't.
I will say this though, they get to dominate because they play bums on half their schedule.
But what I'm saying is yes, it is unique how everyone sort of has like their own team within the region to root for, right? But I feel like at least this is me. When one of those teams comes out on
Yeah,
top,
that's a good point because I guess I do kind of root for, my grandfather's an Eagles guy, so I have that tie. My mom went to UNH and Northeastern. My dad went to UMass Lowell. I went to UMass Lowell for a year. My
that's a
brother went
lot of
to Lowell.
ties.
It's just yeah, I guess, and I'm a Maine guy too because I have a residency. I have a Maine house, so I guess I
There
have
you
to root for
go.
the Black Bears sometimes.
There you go. So for my root for
So it's really BU, UConn, and Rhode and Providence. I'll never root for.
yeah. So and that's I think that's the other caveat to it too is like there are a lot of different ties for people considering like the region for me, dad's a Maine alum. For me, goes to BU, Merrimack alum, right? That's three teams already. So like you could kind of like have your ties and whatnot, but I just think like there's nothing like it over here. There's nothing like it over here with the way people identify with their schools,
Yeah, but
how close
the
it is.
Midwest, they go crazy over there.
They do go crazy for sure. But that's why I can't that's what I'm saying is like I can speak for over here. I can't speak for out
I
there.
just think everyone yeah, I don't know. It's. I think it's different stuff. They go crazy because they have one team to root for, right? We go crazy because we have. I have 10
10.
teams to root against. Is really how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But it is cool. It is cool when you see like I'll say this when Merrimack when the seconds were counting down, like I just remember all the texts I was getting like before they won the championship. Like it was just everyone kind of rallied around like the school like winning it. It
Oh,
was
it was
so
great. I mean,
cool.
it's one of the great weekends of my life, to be honest with you.
Amen. That was top five ever. Um, but no, it is cool. Like, cause to that point, like when you see one of those teams coming out on top, it's like, oh, like here's a small school that it's unique to a small school. Like that's what I mean. Like the Garden having the hockey's championship there. There's also the Bean Pot, and this was not even counting. This whole thing wasn't even counting like PWHL. I get it's small or AHL. It was not even counting like either of those, which you would have had to do like a whole lot more research with it. But imagine
I think we should add when we do our ranking. We should bring in Canadian teams because I feel like I'm not going to do Cambridge and Boston are two different cities. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So
right. How about we do areas?
yeah, but what does that mean? Do you get to take all of the New England and all of the Midwest as 1 and 2?
Shoot, we're gonna have to make some specific
If it's
things
a
to this.
big state, right? If it's a big Midwestern state, you can take the state. However, if you're talking about like a Massachusetts, Maine, and New Hampshire, you'll give like a 3-1 there, right?
I guess, yeah. Shoot, we're gonna have to figure out the parameters for this,
Like
but
Colorado would be a great one, right? Like that's see, like
yeah.
right, like why in what world do you get if you take the Midwest, do you get Michigan and Colorado in one? They're nowhere near each other.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was going to point out though to this ranking, it's like it didn't even consider like imagine Lowell's ranking if the PWHL like the fleet was on it. Like cuz they show out at fleet
Like yeah,
games.
I've been meaning to go to one. Alex went to one day. I met Alex. He said it's
Haska
fun.
one?
Yeah, he went
Their
like
jerseys.
when they're like first opened or whatever. So
Yeah. Their jerseys are so like tough. And they give away the one of my favorite things is they give away like the sailor hat. Like that's
yeah,
like
yeah. No, their fleet jerseys are nice.
so tough. Like that's if there's any souvenir I would want from a hockey game, it would be like a maritime themed like a quad like I would just want the sailor hat. Like that's so cool to me.
That's cool.
So
You know what I want? I want the Utah Mammoth Tusk. Let's see that go around.
the thing that you can drink out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a
I'm
lot of
all in on the Utah Mammoth, by the way. I think they might be my favorite non-Bruins team.
what why?
Just because it's Utah. Like Utah is cool to me. I don't know. The mountains out there. It's kind of like its own like thing, right? They used to be I didn't like the Coyotes at all, to be honest with you. I don't know why. They just kind of like you play in a freaking college rink. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mullet Arena.
Which like that was cool. Like I can appreciate like the coolness of that, but I also thought it was kind of like this team. You know what I'm saying? Get this team out of here. And the Bruins always sucked out there whenever they played. So I was like, all right, this freaking team is beating us on a freaking college ice right now. But
Yeah,
oh my
I
god,
wish that
my eyes started watering a little bit. Anyway,
you're good.
yeah, no, the Utah Mammoth Tusk. If anybody out there knows how I can get one, can you order it on Amazon? Because I'm so doing that. If that's the case, or is it
I
just a game thing? Because I'm gonna have
I
to come out there for a game.
so I'm a huge eBay guy. I wonder if you did search for it on eBay if somebody's reselling it.
Yeah, but I don't.
Maybe
It can't be that much money though, right? Like,
you'd be surprised. So one thing that happened, I'll just tell you a little quick story. One thing that happened that was super like, whoa, what is going on? At BU games, at least when I was covering. They were doing the bobblehead giveaways. They had one for Bernie, the commentator. They had one for Macklin Celebrini, and they had one for Charlie McAvoy. Obviously, when the guys were asking which games did we want to do, there was no way I wasn't going to say the Charlie McAvoy one. But everyone was trying to get the Macklin Celebrini bobblehead. So much so that 5 minutes after the doors opened, somebody found a listing on eBay. I think it was like $200. A Macklin Celebrini bobblehead. So you could find a Utah Mammoth Tusk. Somebody might be selling it. You'd be surprised.
I'd be stunned if somebody's selling it over here.
No, not over here. It's like you could order it and then it would be like shipped.
You can like ship on it. You can ship on eBay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually just got a jersey in the mail, so I'm gonna like grab it after we stop recording.
I'm just saying,
But
like, I need to get things like when I start building my studio, like I want things just like in my like
unique stuff.
here. Yeah, just hockey stupid things that I have. Like, yeah, this is my tusk from the Mammoth game. What? Why do you have that?
Maybe we should make it a thing and go out to a Utah Mammoth game.
I'd be down for that for sure.
Mammoth Bruins
Um,
after further review, Mammoth game review.
all right, yeah, no. This podcast is sponsored by nobody.
Oh,
So
we forgot the ad reads.
yeah, we've got to do the ad reads, got to pay the bills. Last thing, you got a Stanley Cup final prediction?
What I want to see is 7 games. I need to
When
see
is game
7
one?
games. Tomorrow at 8, I
Tomorrow?
think.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we release this, it would probably be tonight at 8, but tomorrow at 8. So June 2nd.
I'm going to go with Hurricanes in a dogfight 6-game series. where like they
See,
win like 4-2 with the empty net goal in Game 6 to win it all.
oh, that'd be nails. I think I always do what I want to happen and what I think is going to happen. What I want to happen is a 7-game Carolina win. What I think is going to happen is a Vegas 6-game win.
You think Vegas in 6?
I mean, they've just been recouping so many of their guys from injury. Like Carlson came back,
Yeah.
Stone came back, Marner's on a tear.
Tortorella's got them playing
He's got him playing good
pretty
hockey.
perfectly, to be honest with you, too. I don't know how. I don't think anybody saw them sweeping the Avalanche, and then they just did
Yeah.
it. Uh,
So I think
Carter Hart too.
Vegas.
I mean, whatever you say, whatever you think about him, with like whatever, but the guy's playing unbelievable right now. You can't deny it. Isn't he have like a 1-9 in the playoffs or something?
I haven't checked his stats. What I do know is like Vegas is both teams are on it, but I'd say in terms of like it could go either way. I just feel like Vegas has it. So I
I don't
think
know.
Vegas is gonna
Carolina's
get it.
good, man. Carolina might be like a step up from what Vegas has been playing. I don't. Colorado had the curse on them,
Oh yeah, true.
so I don't know. I think the Hurricanes are a wagon
I
from
s-
start to finish.
yeah, I'm gonna go with you ultimately. Like I do think Vegas would probably take it, but I want Carolina in 7. I want it. I want the Canes to get back to the triumph.
Yeah, I'm not a big Burnmore guy, to be honest, but I
We
like
know.
a lot of guys on that Hurricanes team, so I want them to win. Like I like Jarvis a lot. I've always been a fan of Aho since he got here. Obviously, Chatfield. I might buy a picture and put it on my wall. Um, yeah, just anything. I kept Freddie Anderson too. Shout out to that guy because he's turned it around a lot. I mean, and the Bruins fans know Freddie Anderson like at the back of our hand.
Yes, they do. And Carolina's been building it for a while.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I like Hurricane 6. I think Vegas. I could see Vegas just shutting the Hurricanes down though, like
We'll just have to
offensively.
wait and see. For the people who are saying like, "Oh, it's a boring final," like I saw somebody saying like, "Boring final, boring jersey matchup, boring this."
What does that
No,
even?
it's a
It hasn't even started yet. What do you mean? It's a boring month.
no, but it's like I don't like how we're quick to judge the matchup when it's like you're not really like appreciating the talent of both these teams and some of the storylines like coming in. Like the Marner storyline is definitely something that I've followed for a while. The
We
the
also say this.
Carolina,
We say this every year though too. Sorry,
the bad
every
like the
final. Every final. Oh, this is a boring final.
I think it's gonna be a great final.
I
I
mean,
think
it
it's gonna
always
be
is. I think it usually always turns out like that because that's what the Stanley Cup playoffs are.
right. So
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's like a sweep again though because I feel like there's been a lot of that happening. Um, there's been a lot of like 5 and 4 game series this playoff, which I understand.
Oh,
Maybe that's why people are mad at that. But like, I mean, these are the two best teams remaining, right? Statistically, so like you got to think that it's going to be a tight series out there.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a very intense like back and forth.
Yeah.
So we all good?
Okay. Yeah, I think that does it. Thank you everybody for listening. Um,
We did the ad reads.
I don't know when we're gonna have this out, but probably tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank you guys for listening. Please keep follow us on Instagram again. After a further review show, me and Marcus are running that. We'll have our YouTube channel up. I'll try to do that. Maybe this will be the first one we post on there. So like and subscribe if that's the case. We're gonna try to get. I mean, what do we say, Marcus? We're gonna maybe try to do every Sunday to start off, and then we might add one early week.
We'll start off considering like we have started doing this in the summer. I would say we start off with like once a week and then, as we can,
Yeah, once we start picking up the pace a little bit, once I start getting my professionally done stuff, I'm gonna have
once you get your tusk.
my tusk. When we get the tusk, we'll do a podcast every day when I have a tusk.
Amen to that. But yeah, make sure to follow along with us in every single aspect of social media so Pat's phone can keep buzzing throughout the entirety of the day.
It's true.
Let's make sure to do that. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you, legends, in the next one. Bye bye.
Later.